Some companies sell excitement, others sell reliability, and surprisingly, reliability wins longer. Honda didn't become successful by being flashy. It became successful by solving real problems better than everyone else. They are cheap to maintain, fuel efficient, and they are built to last. Hi, I'm Shruti. Welcome to One Company, One Story. This podcast is about one company, decision taken by that company, and a lesson to learn. Although this podcast is based on publicly available information and is intended for educational purposes only. So before we begin, don't forget to follow our One Company, One Story Instagram page for updates, behind the scenes content and episode highlights. You can also now listen to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. Just search for One Company and One Story and join us there. You guys can also suggest us any of the platforms where we can upload our podcast so that it'll be easier for you guys to listen. With that said, let's get into today's story. Honda began with a man named Soichiro Honda, an engineer who loved machines more than business. I think I'm pronouncing the name wrongly. It's when I checked it, in one page it was showing as Honda and another page it was showing as Honda. Let me know, guys, whether it's Honda or Honda. Moving on, before building one of the world's biggest automobile companies, Soichiro Honda faced repeated failures. At one point, he tried selling piston rings to Toyota, but they rejected his designs because they didn't meet quality standards. Instead of quitting, he went back, studied engineering harder, improved the product, and tried again. That mindset became the foundation of Honda. To be honest, that's so interesting, like how this person is so passionate about his work.
On 6th August 1945, American bomber Enola Gay dropped an atomic bomb.
World War II in the Pacific. 4 years of bloody hell came to an end here.
So after World War II, Japan faced fuel shortages and economic struggles. People needed cheap transportation. You know what? Honda saw this as an opportunity. Instead of starting with cars, the company began by attaching small engines to bicycles. The idea was pretty simple. It is affordable, fuel efficient, and it's also easy to use. And that worked. Soon Honda became one of the biggest motorcycle manufacturers in the world. But Honda's real strength was not just manufacturing. It was an engineering obsession. The company constantly focused on better fuel efficiency, reliable engines, and long-lasting products. While many companies chased luxury, Honda focused on practicality and quality. When everything was going smooth, then came the American market. At that time, motorcycles in the US were associated with rough biker culture. Honda changed that image completely with one famous campaign. You meet the nicest people on a Honda. Instead of selling rebellion, Honda sold simplicity and trust. That marketing shift helped motorcycles become mainstream. Later, Honda entered the car industry. Again, the company focused on reliability, fuel economy, and affordable ownership. This became especially important during the oil crisis of the year 1970s, when the fuel prices surged globally. While larger American cars consumed a massive amount of fuel, Honda's smaller, efficient cars suddenly became extremely attractive to people. So I'm saying this again. The company didn't win by being flashy. It won by solving real problems better than the competitors. Honda also became known for engineering innovation. The company expanded into cars, motorcycles, racing, robotics, power equipment, and aircraft. Its engine earned a reputation for durability and efficiency. For many customers, buying a Honda meant it may not be the most luxurious car, but it will work for years. And that's what attracts a lot of customers. And that trust became one of the Honda's biggest assets. But Honda's story also teaches something deeper. Many companies focus heavily on branding first. Honda focused on product quality first. It's pretty simple. If engineering is strong, reputation will follow naturally. Let's put all this in simple, super economics terms. Honda succeeded because it solved practical problems. They were not being flashy. How they solve the practical problems? By giving a low fuel cost, reliability, and affordable maintenance to their customers. This reduced the long-term ownership cost for many customers, and customers were happy. They didn't just sell vehicles, they sold a peace of mind. One lesson to be learned from this episode is that the trends can create attention, but reliability creates loyalty. Honda proved that the long-term success comes from a consistency and not the hype. That was Honda. Engineering before we go. The next episode will be something interesting which I wanted to do. This is one company and one story, where we break down businesses through one defining decision that shaped their success or a failure. This is Shruti signing off. See you in the next episode. Until then, stay updated. Bye.